honor and glory unto the Most High God Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Christ. Right, brother, you got any more questions before you go? Con. Well, man, all praises, man. Look, we in the midst of Kansas City right now. They call it Killer City, right? We've seen a lot of madness, a lot of folly since we've been here, man. You know, it's just a sign, a testament to the time that we're living in, and also this location, this land that we've been placed in as a punishment from the Most High God, man. This world is full of darkness, right? And the Most High sent out His servants to shine a light in this darkness so that, hey, the souls of the Most High once can be saved, man, right? So let's kick it off with the book of Baruch, right? Let's go to the book of Baruch, chapter 5 and verse number 4, right? We'll kick it off with that right quick through the Spirit, right? And you give me the book of John, chapter 14 and verse 26.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 5 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
For thy name shall be called of Yahweh forever, the peace of righteousness and the glory of Yahweh's worship. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold the children thy gathered from the west unto thy east. By the word,
By the what?
by the word,
By the what?
by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahweh.
See, we haven't been gathered together by coincidence, man, right? None of the brothers up here, before we came into the knowledge of the truth, I mean, to my understanding, ever knew each other, man.
Right.
It's not as if we grew up as little jits, man, kicking it, hanging out, right? It's not as if we went to the same schools, man, right? The same colleges, worked at the same place, man. No, we've been gathered together from the four corners of the earth, from Little Rock to Memphis to St. Louis, all by the word of God, man.
Right.
To do this work, man. This is not a coincidence. This is not for folly, for vainglory. No, man, this is from the Holy Spirit of the Most High God, man. The Spirit that the Most High said that He was going to pour out upon His sons and His daughters in the last days, man. Right? The same Spirit that's going to bring all things into remembrance. Read that read that last part again.
And look about toward the east, and behold the children gathered from the west and the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in remembrance of Yahweh.
Rejoicing in remembrance of Yahweh, man. This word is bringing us into remembrance of who we are, man. Our purpose, our identity, man. Our heritage.
Right.
Right? Not Los Muertas, right? Not damn what they be calling it, freak Nick, man.
Yeah.
Not Thanksgiving, not Halloween, not Christmas, but the heritage of the Most High God, which are His laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
We've been given the Holy Spirit. Now we are in remembrance of who we are, man.
Real quick,
Right? Go ahead.
Can you answer a couple of his questions for me?
Come on.
He got some beautiful questions, you know, just dealing with the things that he was taught as far as relationships and saying it's okay to deal with other people if they're of the faith of other nations versus, you know, dealing with his own system.
Yeah.
So if y'all can kind of help break it down and just, you know, encourage his brother, you know what I'm saying, through the precepts.
Let me get Ezra.
Why he need to change.
Ezra chapter 9 from the top. Go to Ezra chapter 9. Yeah, also hold Deuteronomy. Go to Psalm 106, right? And start at verse 34. What you got?
The book of Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 1. Now when these things were done, the prince came to me, saying, the people of Israel, the people of Israel, and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves.
Have not what?
Have not separated themselves from the people of the land.
Right, so, hey, one of the chief leaders of Israel came to the prophet Ezra, the scribe Ezra, and he said, look, the leaders of the people, they're not separating from the people of the land, right? See, in Christianity, in religion, in the philosophies of this world, we've been taught that we all need to be one.
Right.
We all need to come together, right? But that's contrary unto the Bible, right? That's contrary to Christ. Let me get that in the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 36 right quick, right? Let's get that. I'm going to show you, because what we've been taught in these religions is a lie, brother. And we got to come out of that. And we got to take the word for what it says, man. And not our opinions, not what we've been told, but what the Bible says. Read that.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 36. But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them.
So like you jumped down to 34, my bad.
But the Pharisees said, he casteth out devils through the prince of the devils. And Yahushua went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of every disease among the people.
What am I looking for? He came not to send peace. Are you? Oh, you're in chapter 9.
So, Matthew 9. Salaki. Matthew chapter 10.
Here, we'll read this account. This account is better right here.
The book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 51. Suppose ye that I have come to give peace on earth? I tell you nay, but rather division.
See that? So Christ didn't come to give peace on earth. What did he say?
But rather division.
But rather what?
Division.
Division. Is division togetherness?
No.
Exactly. So we got to get out that residue of Christianity, which is a false doctrine according to the Bible, which is a false religion, right? And idolatry. We got to get all of that out of us, man, and actually read the Bible for what it says. Because Christ didn't come to preach togetherness, man. Right. He came to give division. So let's go back to that Ezra.
Ezra 9 and verse 1 from the top. Yep. Now when these things were done, the prince came to me, saying, the people of Israel, the priests and the Levites, have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Perizzites and the Jebusites and the Ammonites and the Moabites and the Egyptians and the Amorites. Right. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves.
See that? So we've taken their daughters. We took the daughters of all these different nations, the white women, the Egyptian women, these Asian women, these Arab women, right? That's what our ancestors was doing. The same thing we're doing today, right? We're over here co-mingling, cohabitating with the daughters of these nations, man, right? Now we got all these so-called half-breeds, right? That's what they call them in the world, or mixed people, when there's no such thing as a mixed person in the Holy Bible, right? Keep reading on that.
It's like him. Themselves for their sons, so the holy seed.
So the what?
For the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands.
You hear that, brother? Yeah. He said the holy seed. So what comes from the children of Israel is a holy seed, man. Right. And that holy seed is not supposed to be planted and mingled amongst the heathen, man. Right? This really upset our ancestor. I'm going to show you. Keep reading.
God. Reading on. And it says, for they, Salakia, and it says, yea, and they have the princes and the rulers have been chief in this trespass.
So the leaders of our people were the ones that were doing it the most, right? So imagine, like, who's one of the top athlete or top celebrity that got a heathen wife? So many of them. So many of them. So many of our athletes, as soon as they make it to the NFL, what do they go and do? They're going to get them a white woman. Or go to the NBA, they get them a white woman. These A-list actors, they with white women, right?
Yeah, and I think that's why I was confused for a long time,
because we see it.
I see it, and I'm like, well, I think it's okay, but then it's like they're dating them, they're marrying them, then their offspring are mixed like me, and then I'm like, well, I don't know.
Exactly.
I think I'm better single or doing like what he said, give me someone
of the tribes. Exactly, because they're mingling the holy seed, man. But what they're doing is they're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or rather, they're trying to make up for what they were prohibited from being able to get. Right? They were always told, hey, you'll never be like the white man. So what's the next thing Jake want to do? Okay, I can't be like you. I'm gonna take your woman. Right?
But also it's very important that the Bible teaches us one of the most important things why you shouldn't marry into another nations clearly is because it literally says that they will drive you away from serving your Lord God.
Right, and we gonna get there. Let's keep going on that.
God.
That's a good point.
And it says, go back to it. And it says, and when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle and plucked off the hair of my head.
Wait. Read that again. Listen to what Ezra did whenever he heard that his people were dealing with interracial marriages. Read.
And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment.
Man, he tore up his clothes. Like you know how them Jake be having the white beaters on and just tear it open. That's what he did, man. As soon as he heard it, he was mad as hell. Ripped his clothes, read.
My mantle and plucked off the hair of my head.
Man, he was ripping his hairs out, man. He was ready to crash out.
Man, that hurts, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
See, this is how you know it's unbiblical for us, or it's unrighteous for us to be dealing with these other nations on that level, right? Because Ezra, he's one of the mightiest men that you read about in the Bible. One of the holiest men. Keep reading.
And my beard, and sat down a stone.
Hey, he sat down astonished, man. Astonished. He was astonished at the sight of it, man. If Ezra was in America right now and he'd be crashing out on Jake again, he'd probably amongst the Israelites, right now, telling people you gotta separate from your enemies, man. Right. But now let's go and show you, like the brother Raphael brought out, really like why it's so important not to deal with them. Let me get Psalm 96 and verse 5. You got the Psalm 106. Read that. And start at 34.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 34. They did not destroy the nation.
They did not what?
They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them, but were mingled among the heathen.
You listening, brother?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jaden.
Jaden? Jaden. So look, Jaden, are you familiar whenever Joshua was set up to go and lead the children of Israel into the land?
Yeah.
And he said, you gotta kill these nations. Don't spare them. Right? He said, thou shalt utterly destroy them. You got that in Deuteronomy 7? Watch, I'm gonna show you what it's talking about. He said, they did not destroy the nations. Right? I'm gonna show you. Read that.
Continue reading here. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 1.
Right.
When Yahweh thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it.
What land is that talking about?
I'm not sure.
The land of Israel, man. The land flowing with milk and honey. He said, when you go into the land to possess it, that's our homeland. It's not America. It's not Kansas City, Little Rock, nowhere in America or any of these different islands or any of these places where we've been scattered. Our homeland is the land of Israel. You familiar with Moses?
Yeah.
And the Exodus?
Yes.
Yeah. So after they were brought out of Egypt, they were getting ready to go into their land. You following me?
Yeah.
So this is what this is talking
I
about.
was watching a biblical movie, and Moses grew up or killed someone in the promised land, then fled.
Now he killed him in Egypt.
Yeah, then fled for 40 years, then went back. And then
saved the Israelites.
Yeah, and then after that, I think he left again.
No, they left. The Israelites left as a nation. They walked through the sea together, and then they walked into the wilderness. And in the wilderness is where they received the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of God, and entered into covenant with the Most High. Right? And they did all that before they entered into the land of Canaan, which was changed into the land of Israel. Right? Okay. So that's what this is talking about. He said, when you go into the land, you got to kill the people that are in the land first. Right? Read.
And has cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
See, these were the nations that were dwelling in the land of Israel before we went into our land, right? Because we didn't just go into this land and like, all right, let's set up shop, let's build us some homes. No, this country, this land was already inhabited. Right. They had houses, they had gardens and fields, they had cattle, and the Most High set it all up for us so that we didn't have to go in there and build a city. It was already built for us, right? Go ahead and read.
And when Yahweh thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them.
He said, you shall smite them and utterly destroy them. So we were commanded to kill the nations that were in that land. Okay, go ahead. ahead.
Thou shalt make no covenant with them.
We can't make any agreements with them, no peace treaties with them. Read.
No show mercy unto them.
Don't even show them mercy. If they come up begging you, saying, no, spare me, God, this is not our opinion. This is the Most High God of the Bible saying, don't even show them any mercy. Right?
About white people?
This is talking about the Canaanite nations that were in the land, right? Before we went into and inhabit that land, right? But keep reading.
Neither shalt thou make marriages with them.
Neither? You listening, Jaden? He said, neither shalt thou make marriages with them. So we were commanded not to marry them as well. Right, now let's go back to Psalm 106. Unless there's more. Come on.
Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son, for they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
So that's why the Most High commanded us to smite them and to destroy them, because they were going to turn away us from serving him. That's what we're reading about in Psalm 106. So let's go back to that and finish it.
Psalms 106 and verse 35. But were mingled among the heathens.
So we didn't smite them and destroy them, but we did exactly what the Most High commanded us not to do, which was to be mingled among them. We started intermarrying with them. We started making agreements with them. We didn't kill them. Keep reading.
And they served their idols.
And they did what?
And they served their idols.
And then we started worshiping their gods, man.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead.
So, was this before or after Moses gave the commandments? Because,
This was afterwards.
well, doesn't the Ten Commandments say not to murder or kill?
Well, yes, it's talking about don't murder, but the Most High, if he gives a commandment to go and to destroy these people, that's different than you taking it upon yourself to go and kill one of your brothers or one of your sisters, right? And the Lord was justified in telling us to go and kill those nations because of what they were doing. When you read it in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 16th chapter, they were committing odious works of witchcraft, right? Was it 16 or 12? One of those, right? They were doing child sacrifices, right? They were defiling the land. The land was defiled with blood, right? It's an abomination.
So the Most High needed to destroy them to get all that out.
Exactly. So finish that.
And they learned their works, and they served their idols.
What?
And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them.
And we serve their idols. So that's why the Most High is very much against interracial marriages, because all the nations of this world, they have their own gods. Mormonism is just a sect of Christianity, right? Which is, again, a false religion. It's idolatry, right? Christianity is all just, this is white supremacy. It all comes from the Roman Catholic Church, right? Has nothing to do with the Israelites and nothing to do with the Bible, right? So we got to come out of that. I'm going to show you that all the gods of the nations are idols, because the Most High, he gave them idols to worship, and he chose us to be his people. Read that.
God, the book of Psalm chapter 96 and verse 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols.
Are what?
Are idols.
That's why white people, all of a sudden, after, about 1000 AD, they want to start following the Bible and believing in Jesus, right? But before that, they were serving Odin. They were worshiping Thor, right? Zeus, Poseidon, Hades.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what they were doing. But all of a sudden, the Roman Catholic Church wanted to continue to push Christianity with the Crusades, with the English, right? And that's where Christianity came into power, because they were killing people in the name of this white person, this white man, Jesus, right?
I think white people are barbarians.
They were the barbarians. They were the Vikings.
Yeah, that's why they stole a lot of the Native Americans' land and killed the black people. Kind of like what you're saying.
Let's touch on the white people like you was talking about. Let's give me that 1 Kings 11, because we talking about interracial marriages, but we also want to emphasize that it's not just specific nations like we read about in Deuteronomy 7. The Edomites as well. The Edomites is the race, right? The biblical race of the white people. They call themselves white, but nobody's white. Nobody's black either. Those are colors. Everybody has a race, right? A biblical nationality. They are the Edomites that we read about in the Bible. We are the Israelites. Understand? I'm gonna show you something about King Solomon. You've ever heard about King Solomon?
Yeah.
The son of King David.
Yeah.
What did King Solomon do?
He ruled over Israel for 40 years, or something like that.
Something like that, right? But did he sin against God?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
So did King David.
Yeah, King David did too.
He had sex with Bathsheba.
He did. But the difference between King Solomon and King David is King David repented and his heart was perfect with God. His heart was perfect. King Solomon had damn near 1,000 wives.
Yeah, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
And those women caused his heart to turn away from the Most High. Right? And I'm going to show you a little bit about some of the women that he was dealing with. Read that.
Book of 1 Kings, chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
Love what?
Loved many strange women.
He loved many of the strange women out here, man. Right? Talking about foreigners. Right? Here, keep reading.
Together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites.
Right, so he had the Egyptian women, he had Moabites, which would be the Chinese women, read,
The Ammonites,
the Japanese women,
the Edomites,
and the white women. He was dealing with them all. They were serving them damn unseasoned potato salad, right, with raisins.
He had a little rice and rice.
You know what I'm saying? He had some rice on the side. Go ahead, brother.
But isn't that unbiblical? Because I think the King James Bible, I know there's a lot of Bible, but I just think with the King James, it says that a man should have pretty much one wife for life. You know, that's what.
So we'll touch on that.
Okay.
Right? So
Unless they
let me get the
die,
book.
then
Let me
they
get the
can
book of
Mary.
Matthew chapter 25 and verse number 1. And you, let me get the law on two wives in the book of Exodus. I think it's 21.
Say that again. Exodus 21.
Exodus 21 and 16, I believe. Right? The law of two wives. If a man take another wife.
Yeah. It's even earlier than that.
Gone. But watch this. So you said you believe that we're supposed to only have one wife, right?
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't know. I guess that's just my moral, mindset, belief. I guess. I don't know.
Well, let's see what Christ said. Read that.
The book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which take their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom.
Wait, hold on. Did you hear that, brother?
Yeah.
This Christ said the kingdom of heaven is likened unto 10 virgins that take their lamps and go and meet the bridegroom. That's what Christ said the kingdom of heaven is like.
What does that mean? Can you elaborate? I'm not understanding.
It's a parable. A parable is a wise saying or something that's supposed to illustrate something else. Okay. Right? So let's just read the parable. Read that.
And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish.
Right, so 5 of these virgins were wise women.
Right.
5 of these virgins, they were fools. Read.
They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps.
Right, because if you don't have oil to keep your lamp kindled, then eventually that flame is going to go out. So the foolish, they didn't have oil to keep their lamps lit.
Yeah.
Right, so it's eventually going to go out. But the wise women, they brought oil with their lamp. Read.
While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him.
So the bridegroom, that's talking about Yahushua. That's who the world calls Christ. Yahushua is the bridegroom. At midnight represents the time when Yahushua is going to crack that sky, right, and save the nation of Israel. Right? Read.
Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps.
So this is illustrating the time of judgment, right? The virgins represent the daughter of Israel, which would represent all the 12 tribes, right? But keep reading.
And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. Right? And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready, went in bring to him to the marriage.
This is giving an illustration of those that are going to have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that they need in order to be saved in that day. If you're wise, then you're going to take this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding and repent with it, right? But those foolish virgins that didn't have the oil, they didn't have the knowledge and understanding to get right before Yahweh shall return, it's going to be too late. They're going to go back out and look for the broods that are giving out the oil, but we're not going to be here in that day, right? So that's why he said, go out into the market to them to buy and sell.
And I heard that parable before. There's a lot of wise people and then there's a lot of unwise people.
Absolutely.
Making foolish decisions. And just not too long ago, I was at the shelter and a gentleman was like, now's the time to take the Lord Jesus Christ seriously. So
now is the time.
Now's the time.
Now is the time. Hey, it's past that time, man. Right? Yahweh Shai is, hey, man, he can come back. Hey, all hell can break loose any day now.
That's right, man.
Right?
Yeah.
But go ahead and finish that.
And the door was shut. And afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh.
And that was the point of that parable, is for the children of Israel to be watching for Yahweh Shai's return. But the point that I was wanting to make upon that parable is that he still likened the kingdom unto these 10 virgins. But 5 of them didn't make it. Hey, 5 still came in with him. Right?
Yeah.
He still took 5 of them. That's more than 1.
Yeah.
Right? Now, read that.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, and verse number 10. If he take him another wife.
Wait, read that again?
If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these 3 unto her, then shall she go out free without money.
Right, so this is the commandment for a man, that if he decides to take another wife, in addition to the one that he already has, he cannot diminish the food, the raiment, or the love that he has for the first one. He has to treat her exactly the same as this new wife, right? You understand that?
Yeah.
So if it was prohibited for us to have 2 wives or multiple wives, then that law would not be in there, right?
So, okay, I have another question.
Yes, sir.
If children are a blessing of the womb,
absolutely they are.
then why, if children are a blessing of the womb, would it be wise to bring children into the world while having multiple wives, like you were saying? Or, I don't know,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because my personal,
you that one shall become 1,000, or a little one, a mighty nation. You get a point?
well, I personally think there's no time for children, even though I also agree that children are a blessing. I'm not saying that they're not.
Well, you wouldn't have a nation if you didn't have no children. And we trying to build a nation, brother. The very first commandment was to be what?
Be fruitful and multiply.
Hey, be fruitful and multiply, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's in your means, you should be trying to, hey, have 70 children through the Spirit. Right?
Lord,
go ahead. You got that? Watch this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 16, verse 22. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time.
Hey, man, he said a little one is gonna become 1,000. Right? How is that possible? By having many children, many descendants. Right?
okay.
So that's what the Lord's will is, for us to grow and to multiply as a nation of people. You understand? Let's go to that. Let me get that in the book of Baruch, chapter 2, verse 30.
The book of Psalms, chapter 127, and verse number 5. Happy is the man that have his quiver full of them.
Full of what?
Full of them.
Be full of them children. What is your quiver, brother? Hey, that's it. That's it. Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 3. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord.
See, children are inherit heritage of the Lord, man. That's how you build up an inheritance. You establish a foundation of kingdom. That's what we're all about, brother. We're all about brotherhood. We're all about nationhood, sisterhood, right? We're a family, and we want to see our family grow and multiply, man. Right? Go ahead.
And the fruit of the womb is his reward.
And the fruit of the womb is his reward. A woman conceiving, that's a blessing and a reward from the Most High. You see how upset our foremothers were whenever they were barren, right? Our ancestor Rachel, she said, "Give me children, else I'll die."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Jacob like, "Am I God?"
Yeah.
He said, "Hey,
Don't worry about
Scoffer,
I was listening to a preacher, and he was saying how it's honorable if a woman bears children. But he was saying it's not honorable for her to go around doing whoredom.
Absolutely.
Like these Cardi B women.
Absolutely.
Like what these women are
100%.
doing. It's honorable if a woman carries a man's seed and raises up a children.
Bro, that's what it's about. That's
in the
Proverbs 31. Let me get that in Titus 2. Let me get that in Titus 2. Right? That's what the Bible's about, brother. You know, so what we don't do is cherry pick scriptures and we add our feelings into the scriptures, man. We're going to read the Bible and we're going to give the sense, right? But we're not going to run away from prophecy like Christians do, because prophecy is how we know about Yahweh Shai. It's how we know about who we are. That's right. We got to deal with the text, because the text this is our life. This is our heritage. Right? We got to take it back and start keeping it. Read that.
Titus 10.
I'm sorry, but
No, you good, brother.
I'm with a pastor right now, and he's shepherding people, but we can't cherry pick the Bible. We have to live by the whole word.
You said you're with a pastor right now?
Yeah, we can't cherry pick the Bible.
What is he an Israelite?
I'm with a church.
What church?
Pleasant Green Missionary Baptist Church, just right here on 31st and Benton.
And you finna go back to that church?
I'm not sure.
Man, look, brother, you can. The Baptist denomination of Christianity, it was founded by a white man named John Smith. John Smith, man. And you know what they for? You know what they believe in? White supremacy. They don't believe in accountability. They don't believe in responsibility. They don't believe that there's going to be any recompense for what's happened. You flip that sign around. They don't believe that there's going to be any type of recompense for all of these atrocities. That's what Baptists believe. They believe if you're good, you're going to heaven. If you're bad, you're going to hell. They don't know what heaven or hell is, brother. Right?
Yeah, Joseph Smith. They believe in this Joseph Smith.
Yeah,
the Mormons.
Yeah, that's the Mormons. They believe Joseph Smith founded the Mormons. John Smith founded the Baptists. And look, he looks like he's the headmaster, grand headmaster of the Klan, man.
Yeah, he looks like.
And that was like the trash man from
Pastor telling you,
man.
telling you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
Right.
Pastor tell you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
No, the laws, the law, statutes, and commandments. And that's the problem, because again,
He goes off the Bible and he's not opinionated on what people think. He thinks you should live by the word of God.
okay, you should live by the word of God. Well, what does that mean? Because what's today? According to God.
Revelation?
No, what is today? This day right now.
The churches?
No, sir. I'm talking about what's the date? November 1st, right?
Yeah.
November 1st is a so-called Saturday. What would this be according to the Most High God?
The Sabbath.
The Sabbath day.
Yeah.
And what are you supposed to do on the Sabbath day?
Nothing.
Nothing. So what were you doing out here today?
Nothing. I was about to go to the store.
To where? To where? And what do you do at the store?
Shop.
You buy things, right?
Yeah.
You know that's against the Sabbath day.
I didn't know that.
Well, see, your pastor ain't teaching y'all the truth.
I thought that meant
Let me get in mind.
nothing like labor, like work, toil.
Yeah, he said you're not supposed to do any work. He said, "Thy servant, nor thy maid servant, nor thy hand servant." Roughly paraphrasing, right? Nobody's supposed to be working on the Sabbath day. So if you go into City Trends and you want to buy a shirt, guess what? Somebody has to sell you that shirt. They're working, and now you're in sin because you're going to them, right? And you're buying from them. And the Most High prohibited us, right, to buy buy and sell from the heathens on the Sabbath day. The only reason that you will ever, have to buy or sell or something on the Sabbath day is if you absolutely have to, right? But read that. Watch this.
Book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals,
right, those are goods, right? Those are goods. Food, clothes. If any of the people of the land bring goods to you, go ahead.
On the Sabbath day.
On what day?
On the Sabbath day. To sell.
To do what?
To sell. That we would not buy it of them.
That what?
That we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath day.
See, we're not supposed to buy anything of these people on the Sabbath day, man.
That's right.
Right? It's a holy day unto the Most High God. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 19. I am Yahweh your God. Walk in my statutes and keep my judgments and do them and hallow my Sabbaths. And they shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am Yahweh your God.
Right, so the Sabbath is a sign from the Most High for us to be a holy people, right? We're not supposed to do what everybody else is doing on this day.
Right.
You understand? He said, thou shalt not do any work at all. You're not even supposed to cook on the Sabbath day.
Right.
You know that?
No, I didn't.
They're not teaching the truth in that church, brother.
Right. Right.
You know, that's why you gotta run. You gotta run. Let me get Isaiah 8 and 20 real quick. Right? Did you know you can't eat pork?
Yeah, I knew that.
You eat pork?
Sometimes.
You see that? Why are you eating pork, brother? Did they not tell you the judgment of eating pork?
Our bodies are a temple, and we're not supposed to. It defiles our temple.
So why are you eating it, brother?
You eat it, brother.
I'm gonna tell you this. They're not teaching you the fear of the Most High.
Right.
Right? Let me get to Isaiah. What you got? Yeah.
I got it. I got
Okay.
Isaiah 66.
Come on. Give me Isaiah 8.
God. The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. The law and to the law and to the testimony.
To the law and to the testimony, the law and the prophets. Go ahead.
If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
If they're not telling you about what's in the law and the prophets, it's because there's no light in them, brother. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's no light in the church. The Greenwood Baptist Church, whatever it's called, brother. Hey, look, it ain't no light in there. It ain't no light in there. It's nothing but death, man. Dead men walking. Right? Read. Because what we're gonna do up here, brother, we're gonna tell you the truth. There is a judgment, a fiery judgment coming to all those that are eating abominations in that day. Anything that God told us not to eat, if you're doing that, He's gonna kill you. Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, and verse number 4. Which remain among the graves and lodge in the mountains, which eat the swine's flesh.
What?
Which eat the swine's flesh, and broth of abominable things in their vessels, which say, stand by thyself, come not near to me, for I am holier than thou. These are a smoke on my nose, a fire that burneth all of the day.
And that's what these Christians do. They try to say, oh, Christ cleaned it, right? Or whatever God made clean, call thou not unclean, right? Anything that you eat, you just pray over it, man, right? They believe that there's no consequence or repercussion for eating something like swine's flesh. Even though God said, thou shalt not, right? But what they do, they try to make God out to be a liar or an unstable man, right? Double-minded, who changes. Apparently, James said there's no variableness with the Most High, but apparently, according to them, and hey, he's every witcher type of way, man. Why are you talking about the nation of Israel don't matter no more? It's all about everybody. We don't got to keep the commandments no more. It's all about saying I believe. How? Who turned the truth of God into a lie, man? Right? But read that.
This is the book of Isaiah 66 and verse 15. For behold, Yahweh will come with fire. What? With fire. And with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh. And the slain of the Lord shall be many. And the slain
of the Lord shall be many, brother. What's that mean? The slain. What does it mean to slay something? To kill it. So if God said the slain of the Lord shall be many, it means he's going to kill a lot of people. Don't it?
Yeah.
Okay, read.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one street.
And what do we see about Israelites doing in these gardens? Doing to these trees in the so-called Old Testament? Idolatry, man.
Yeah, idolatry.
In these religions. That's what he's saying. Those that are sanctifying themselves in these religions, worshiping these idols, right? In these different sects of Christianity, read.
In the midst, eating swine's flesh.
Eating what?
Eating swine's flesh.
What does Christianity teach?
Eating swine's flesh. And the abomination.
And what?
And the abomination.
So they tell you it's okay to eat pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, rabbit, squirrel, gator, goddamn chitlins.
Yeah.
Hey, man. They tell you it's okay to eat all that.
Oh,
Because God cleaned it.
yeah. That's what they say. False. There you go.
That's false.
That's false.
Fish too? Fish too?
No.
Catfish,
Catfish, that's
What about
shark,
This is the
What
law.
about salmon?
whale, squid.
only has fins
This is the law
and
to that,
scales.
right?
Exactly. See, up here we're going to teach you the truth. So finish that up.
Done. And the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh.
You see that? They're going to be consumed together. Anybody that's eating abominable foods are going to be consumed, brother. They're going to be destroyed. So if you're in a church that's teaching you that there's no consequence for eating pork, then you got to get out of there, brother. Because they leading you astray. They're leading you to the slaughter, man. But we're going to give you the law of God that tells you what you can eat and what you cannot eat. It's in the book of Leviticus chapter 11, and it's also in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 14. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse number 7. And the swine.
And the what?
And the swine.
What is swine, Jada?
It's a
Swine.
filthy animal.
That's it. It's a filthy animal. It's called a pig.
Oh shit.
They call it exactly. So are you gonna eat the pork anymore, brother?
Probably not.
Hold on, dog. Hold on, brother.
No more.
No more.
There you go.
All praise to the Most High. Let's read.
The swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you.
What is the pig?
He is unclean to you. Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and of their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you.
So God, period, point blank, told us it is an abomination. It's unclean. We cannot eat it. There's no different interpretation. There's no type of spin. If you believe in the Most High, you will believe in this word, man. And you will do what he said. Let's keep on reading. We're going to learn about what we can eat out the water. Read.
These shall you eat of all that are in the waters, and whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters and in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So whatever has fins and scales in the waters, in the rivers, we can eat it. It has to have fins and scales.
Right.
With crab?
No, sir. What kind of fin does a crab have?
None.
None.
Right.
Exactly. No seahorses, man. Right? No jellyfish. No. I was gonna say goldfish, but I think goldfish got fins and scales. Dog.
Does have fins and
Yeah.
scales.
So it just
Catfish, octopus,
it just has to have
whale.
fins and scales. That is the characteristics of the fish that we are allowed to eat.
Right.
All right. No sea moss. Right. No. Hey, you gotta. I ain't gonna get too deep on you now because you're coming into this thing. But as you get built up, you're gonna understand that a lot of the foods that we eat in this land are defiled, man. They're genetically modified. Right.
Yeah, I'm not throwing no one under the bus, but a lot of the stuff we eat is processed anyway.
Man, throw them under the bus, man. They need to get exposed. Listen, brother. So, what's your ethnicity, brother? What's your nationality? What have you learned today? That's right. That's right. Okay, brother, let me give you another commandment. I want to see if you're ready to come into this thing through the Spirit. Let me get numbers. Let me get numbers, man. So you see everybody, what do you notice about everybody out here today that you see? The brothers, right? What thing do we have on our shirts, man, that you see?
Like it looks like a crown or, rope.
Close. It's called fringes.
Fringes?
Fringes. Right. Why do you think we wear fringes, brother?
Take 5 seconds.
I'm not sure.
The Most High commanded us to wear fringes.
That's right.
And guess what? Christ wore fringes. And we're followers of Christ. We believe in Christ, the Messiah. Right? So we do what the Most High told us to do, and we follow Christ. But read that.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
Right, so the Most High commanded the children of Israel to wear fringes upon their garments throughout their generations. What's that mean? Forever. Generationally. Generation after generation, y'all are supposed to be wearing these fringes. Understand? Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
And you see the ribbon of blue on all the fringes?
Yeah.
A ribbon of blue. Why? Because the Most High God commanded us to do so.
Right.
Throughout your generations. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them.
That's the purpose behind the fringes. It's so that we remember all the commandments of the Lord. We remember not to eat that pork. We remember not to eat something that doesn't have fins and scales, right? We remember to keep the Sabbath day holy, not going out and shopping on a Saturday because it's Sabbath day, right? The fringes is set up by the Most High for us to remember His commandments and to do them. Keep going.
And that ye seek not after your own heart.
And that we seek not after our own heart, man. This is a reminder, a daily reminder of who you are and the God that you serve, right? You're not like the people of this world. You're set apart. You're holy. You're a child of God.
Right.
An Israelite.
So
let me get
doing that for a while because I was like, people told me Sundays is Sabbath. I'm like, no.
all praises. All praises, because according to the Bible, the new day begins at even, right? Not midnight like the white man told you. When the sun goes down, that begins the new day. Understand? So when Friday goes down, that begins the Sabbath day.
Sabbath's about to end.
It's about to end, right? Understand that? So, brother, what we out here to do is to build you up through the Spirit to return you to the covenant, man. Okay. Because Yahweh Shai is about to return, and He's only coming back for the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? He's not coming back for all the nations that you once thought, you could be mingled amongst, right? Now it's time for you to come back to your people and your God, man. Let me get that prefer one another in Romans, right? All right, let me get that real quick. And
Leviticus.
oh yeah.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 20 and verse 26. And ye shall be holy unto me.
See, God said we need to be holy unto Him. Read.
Salakia. For I, Yahweh, am holy, and have separate you. And have separate you from other people.
See that, brother? What you hear that, Jaden? Yeah. God said, "You are holy, and I have severed you from other people." Severed, cut down, right? Cut down the middle, right? You for me, and there for the world. We're not like everybody, and it's time to stop acting like everybody and be ye separate, man. Be ye holy. Right? Take back your power as a child of God. Because Yahweh Shai, He's not coming for everybody. That's why He gave the illustration of the wide gate and the narrow gate. And there'll be many that go this path.
Yeah, the broad and the narrow.
Christianity is the #1 religion in the world, brother. And they're the most lawless individuals that you will ever meet.
Prodigal son.
But you come over here and you're going to find God-fearing, law-keeping, faith-having Israelites, brother. Right? That are walking that straight and narrow. That are actually going through persecutions. Right? That's the most hated. Like Christ said. He said they're going to speak all manner against you falsely for my name's sake. Right? You're going to be reviled and hated of all men. That's what this walk brings. When you're in Christianity, you're beloved.
That's right.
You're well liked. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Come on, read that.
And have severed you from other people, that you should be mine.
You should be His, right? That you should be Yahweh's. You're not Mormon, man, right? And you're not Baptist. That's all the religion, the indoctrination of white supremacy, man. The people that enslaved us were Christians. The people that enslaved us were Baptists. The people that enslaved us were Mormon, man. We got to come out of that and come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of our God.
Teach us right.
Right?
So my last question.
Yes, sir.
Then I gotta go.
Okay. Let me get that book too,
I think in Revelation it says in the last days, several days will please the one man, saying, "Take us away from our reproach." But reproach means shame. Saying, "Take us away from our disgrace.
7 women shall cleave to one man.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, he's talking about Isaiah.
It's Isaiah.
so is that biblical or is that
Is it in the Bible, brother?
Out of the Bible.
Yeah. So what you're asking is that really gonna happen?
I mean,
yes, brother. There's gonna be 7 women taking hold of one man. Is that number 7 literal? No, brother. The number 7 represents completion, right? Which can mean any number. It could be 1, 2, a few, right? Hey, it's only the Most High know, right? But it is gonna happen because we're living in a time of great trouble, great persecution.
perilous?
And the Most High said in the book of Isaiah 13 and 12 that He's gonna make a man more precious than fine gold.
That's why I believe personally there's no time for children, but even though there are blessings, that's just my opinion.
See, but you also, hey, Paul told Timothy, right? I think it was Timothy. He said the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear.
That's right. That's right.
You know.
And also the Lord, one of the prophecies is that the Most High is going to deliver us out of here, man, woman, and child.
That's right.
So there's always going to be regeneration on the earth.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, so you don't want to move in the spirit of fear because that's what they want. They don't want you to have children because they want population control. They want to teach fear and fear monger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So one of the important things about that, right? He just told you about something very important. He said that he's going to make man more precious than gold, right? Man is going to be by the desire by women, but it's not just any person off of the street. Right. It's got to be somebody who is set apart and holy, who is a law-abiding citizen, because that man is going to have to lead those daughters of Zion in a straight gate in a path, right? He's not gonna give 7 women to a damn thug who doesn't know the Lord, man. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna do that to a holy man who is a law-abiding citizen of the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's right.
Is that why it also says a last name is favorable? A name is more greater.
That's right.
Yeah, what's that? Let me get that. Ecclesiastes. I believe it's 1. All right, we'll get that. 1 and 18. Is it out? Con. But yeah, brother. But yeah, so the overall message is Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, the whole duty of man, which is to fear God and to keep His commandments, right? That's what we got to do in these last days. But we're going to give you this. Let's go to Baruch. Because this is what's going on in the last days, and we're living in the greatest time ever, man, right? The greatest time for an Israelite ever, man. Greater than the time that we had the first temple built. Because we were building the Most High's temple right now through the Spirit. A spiritual temple, man. Read that, though.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and verse number 30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people.
See, the Most High knew we wasn't going to listen to Him. Once we entered into the wilderness and we were getting ready to go into the land, the Most High knew we wasn't going to be listening. All right, go ahead.
But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves.
You see that? The land of their captivities. Like America, right? Like Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados.
I believe America is Babylon.
It is Babylon. You know everything you're saying is in the Bible, brother? That God called America Babylon, spiritual Egypt, that's in Revelation 11 and 8, right? So everything you're saying is founded in the Bible, but what you got to do is separate from these churches and get with the Israelites so that you can have these discussions and it can be brought out via the scriptures.
That's right.
Right? And it's not hypothesizing and philosophizing, it's all biblical, right?
Well, do you think we're coming to the end of God's? I know that's not. I don't think that's. But yeah, do you think we're coming to the end of cash? Once I realized.
Yeah. Digital currencies come.
Yeah, digital.
But we already here.
Yeah, we
already here. You know what I'm saying? I barely ever will carry cash on me.
You have to pay, it's over.
Yeah. You don't even gotta tap no more. You got the phone.
Yeah.
Double click the phone and you pay with your phone. But look, so I'm about to wrap up. I'm gonna read 2 more scriptures. Read that.
It says, verse 31, and shall know that I am Yahweh their God, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
See, God said, hey, where they're carried away captive, they're going to end up remembering themselves. That's why you see us out here, man. Like I said, from all corners and walks of life, now we know we're not just niggas. We're not just African American or Colombians. We are the Israelites, man. Right.
I knew that at a young age, but I just... safety, because these white people...
Right, yeah, understood. Keep reading.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff-necked ways, from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
And now we know exactly why we've been carried away into captivity, why we go through these things that we've been going through is because of what our fathers did in transgressing the Most High's commandments and having that curse poured out upon us, right? But now we're living in a time of grace where the Most High has poured out His Spirit upon us again to remember what we need to do, who the Most High is, and His salvation that He's about to bring, brother, which is coming any day now. So hey, you gotta, like Yahweh Shai said, watch and pray, okay, and keep these commandments. Get you some fringes. You gonna get you some fringes, brother? I don't know if any brothers got any more fringes. I know we gave a pair to, we gave some today already through the Spirit, right? You got small and large? Brother, you gonna put the fringes on today?
Yeah, probably large.
Hey, the brother said he rock a large. The brother said he rock a large, man.
Probably a large.
Come on.
So now that you know you're Israel, we have to, with everything that we've been teaching, right? We have to understand what is that He requires of us, right? And it's in the Bible. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, and verse number 12. And now Israel.
Now who?
And now Israel. What does Yahweh thy God require of thee?
So, Jaden, the Most High God requires something of us, right? You knowing you're an Israelite, it's not enough. Even though you've known it from a young age, that was not enough. You just knowing is not going to get you saved, brother. God requires something of us. Read.
To walk in His ways and to love Him and to serve Yahweh thy God with all of thy heart and with all of thy soul, to keep the commandments of Yahweh and His statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
That's it, right? So that's what you got to do, man. And you're going to do that for the Lord, right? All praise to the Most High God. So, hey, the brother got your fringes right here.
This on special, man.
You see that?
Oh, this my brand. You gotta put that on over here. Step over here and throw that on. Throw that on right there.
Right now?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we want to see you put it on, brother.
Put it on.
Hey, man, this is an exclusive joint right there. Read that.
Something that ain't never been gave out.
Hey, man, look.
While you read that, while you do that, we read this. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15 and verse 57. But thanks be to Yahweh, which gives us the victory through our Lord of Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Hey, man, this is what we do it for, man. This is what we do it for, man. All right, you see that?
Look at that.
That's what we do it for, man.
Go, King.
Brick by brick, man, soul by soul, the kingdom of heaven is being built up through the spirit of power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Hey, with that, come here, Charlotte! Come here, Charlotte! Shalom.
Come yourself. Come yourself. Come yourself.
Hey, man, it's a beautiful
no cap, man. Hey, man. You got that on, man. Hey, you remember what the fringes for? Hey, I'm saying, you know why you got them? Why you wear fringes? Somebody might walk up on you and be like, hey, man, what's that stuff on your shirt?
Right.
No bottom feeders, yeah. None of them crustaceans.
Right.
No rats. No cats. No dogs.
Right.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High. And when the Sabbath day start?
Friday evening.
And sunset, right. Because in the ancient world, they wasn't rocking Citizens and Rollies and Apple Watches. And they knew what day it was because the sun was going down. Right. And it's about that time that the Sabbath is. So what a perfect time to wrap up and brother go home with his fringes. Hey, but now that you got your fringes, man, what do you need to do? You gonna stay with that, what is it, the Mormonism?
No.
You gonna do what? Give me Revelations 1 and 3. Give me second Timothy 2:15. God, bring it, either one of those. Whoever got it first.
Let's look at Revelation, chapter 1, and verse number 3, and it reads. It says, blessed is he that readeth.
What does the Lord say?
Blessed is he that readeth.
No, it's a bad thing.
Blessed is he that readeth.
Hey, it's a blessing when you read, man. When you read, you kind of feel rejuvenated. Hey, I'm sure that every brother up here has dealt with this at least once. It go where days where you gotta work. You may got runs you gotta make. You may have to go to school, and you forget, doing traveling. You may not read, and after that happens for about 2-3 days, man, you just start feeling off like I'm missing something ain't right. And then you get into this word. Me and Galilei was just talking about this other day. You get into that word, you read one chapter, and it's like you ever seen somebody choking and get hit with an EpiPen? As soon as you stick that thing in you, they automatically brought back to life when they were this close to dying. And that's how it is when you start reading, you're this close to dying spiritually. Yeah, you start fading away, man. You're just not feeling like yourself. And I'm like, so finish that out.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy.
And what?
And they that hear the words of this prophecy.
And you have to hear the words of prophecy. Because there's a lot of prophecies in this book. There's prophecies regarding what has happened to the Israelites and what's still to come. Because the Lord said that the world will not pass away. He said to one jot or one tittle shall in no wise be done away from the law. So the world isn't done away with yet, so we still got to do what? We got to keep them laws, brother. Brother got a law on right now, man. Brother said he casting down no more shrimp, no more pork chops, no more honey baked ham on Thanksgiving. Right. Hey, man, you putting all that stuff away, man. That's things of the past. That's right. Yeah, because that stuff is killing us, man. You just said a minute ago, man, pigs eat crap. They eat slop. But a pig on the farm, they don't sit there and eat grass like a cow would. Right. They don't eat hay like any other form of cattle would, man.
Budget tax. I remember my dad told me this story. Because it's big. She committed all these adulterous acts here in America. They had to go back and do it there. But I'm here, man, right here.
Right. Yeah, man, it's serious. A lot of those, what do you call them, the Western countries, they still had that ancient mind because we all kind of started there. We wasn't in United States, we wasn't in Canada, and we wasn't over here where the weather is all messed up and the sky's polluted. Right. Like everybody came from, starting out in those Western civilizations. So even though the laws was given to Israel, everybody still, for the most part, lived a certain kind of way. They didn't do all these abominable things because even modern day, when you go to the doctors, they tell you to stop eating pork. And usually if they tell you, hey, you got to cut out that eating all that pork, it's usually too late already. Right. You're already kind of there. Yeah, you gotta calm all that stuff down. Yeah. Carl, keep going on that.
Carl, it says, and keep those things which are written therein.
What do we gotta do?
And keep those things which are written therein.
So you have to keep those things that are written therein. So now it becomes an action. Now that you've read, you know, that's a small thing. It don't take a lot of effort to get up and read the book, you know, kind of open the book and make scan through. And you read like Psalms or Proverbs, you can only read one chapter and you feel good for the day, because it's a lot of things that go on in the wise sayings.
And now it's becoming easier with our phones.
Yeah, you always got it right there. It don't take nothing. I was just talking with Will and Kareem earlier that we gonna start doing this thing where we reading these plans together, and it's literally some of the plans you only reading a chapter a day. Imagine reading Psalms. What's one of the real short Psalms? 149. 149 pretty short. 23 is kind of short. And you read Psalms 51, it's just a prayer. It's that easy to read and get boosted up in the spirit. What you got?
You want James? This is the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 14. What do it profit, my brother, though a man say he have faith and have not works?
Hey, a lot of people say that they have faith. Everybody has faith in something, but what are you putting your faith into? You can put your faith in your job, you can put faith in your friends, in your family, and you can have faith that your car is going to get you from A to B. But guess what? If you don't put gas in it, you don't change the oil, you don't change the filters, and it just get all jammed up, going 20, 30,000 miles on the oil change, and that car ain't getting you nowhere, man. It's just going to sit there and just look nice in the driveway, man. Keep going.
Can faith save him?
Can what?
Can faith save him?
Say, can you get saved by your faith? Is your faith really going to get you up out of here? Or you got to have something coupled with that? What do you think?
Our salvation.
Yeah, I'm saying to get salvation, there's two components to that. What do you think it is? Faith being one of them. It say, can faith save you alone? Let's see what the Bible says.
If a brother or a sister be naked and desolate of daily food.
I said, so if your brother or your sister is desolate of daily food, is faith going to get them by? They got to have faith that some food is going to come from somewhere. Or are they going to just, are you going to do something to help them? Or can they figure out something to help themselves? Go ahead.
And one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned.
I say, and you just sit there and tell them, somebody come up to you and be like, hey man, I'm hungry, I ain't ate in 2 days, and you go, depart. Get away from me, man, I ain't trying to hear that.
And feel, notwithstanding, give them not those things which are needful to the body.
And you don't give them the things that's needful for the body, because you need food and drink to survive. Yeah, you can go for periods of time where you can fast. I mean, your house shot fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. But still, you need those things. You don't eat food after too long, your body starts to break down. You need those things. You can't run through a desert and then talk about, I'm fasting, I'm never going to drink water. Hey, you ain't going to make it too far. It ain't going to be too many more days after that. Is it more than that?
You need food, water, and shelter. Everything else is in one.
Yeah, because being outside in this weather, you freeze to death if you out here too long. Keep going.
What do it profit? Even so, faith, if it have not works.
If it have not what?
If it have not works.
What's coupled with that faith?
If it have not works.
So you have to have works that match with that faith, man. Because you can say something all day long, but you have to prove it with your actions. That's one thing we grow up seeing in the church is everybody was talking about faith and nobody talked about works. Pastor told me laws was done away with. I'm like, and every time I ask them a simple question when they tell me the law is done away with, so that means I can go lay down with your woman. And they go, no. And I'm like, well, that's the law. The law said I can't have your wife. I got to get my own. So we have to follow them laws. Because if not, one of the first laws you brought up that most people bring up is thou shalt not murder. So if you're just going out just killing, that means that killing it is lawful. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You can murder somebody. What's the problem? Right. Hey, but that shows that the laws are not done away because we have to have the works. Is it more than that?
It's dead being alone.
And the faith would just be dead because it's alone. You got to have that faith with it. What you got?
God, it's the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 7. By faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen as yet.
Hey, you know who Noah is, right?
Yeah, he built the ark.
Yeah, and what did he build the ark for?
God told her he's going to destroy the world.
Yeah, and he said he's going to destroy it with water. Everybody was laughing at Noah. They thought he was going crazy. Like, what are you building a boat for water? What is that?
Right. Because he still sit in a dry land area where the water doesn't
They weren't used to water. I'm like, so when they told him about it, they were like, what are you talking about? But he kept warning them.
Yeah.
That's the prophecy.
It took him 100. What I also read too, it took him 120 years to build it, which means he lived longer than that too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was building that for a while. You can't build a boat just overnight. That take a lot of time.
Lived to like 650. But you know, it says, by faith, Noah being warned of God of things not seen as of yet.
So he had faith because they'd never seen that before.
Right.
So he had to believe that the Most High God wasn't lying to him. He was like, man, there's water coming. And he had that faith and started getting to work. So you gotta have the faith and you gotta have the works with it. Keep going.
Like I said, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by which he condemned the world and became heir of righteousness, which is by faith. And it says this, by faith Abraham, when he was called to go into a place which he should receive after for an inheritance, obeyed. You know, so that's obeying. Like Noah was moved with fear, you know, with that faith, and like Abraham obeyed. You see what I'm saying? So that faith without obeying is.
See that? Brother used a biblical word. Yep. And then Christ told us, he said, as the days of Noah, how everybody was eating, drinking, giving in marriage, partying it up. That's the same thing that we see now. Everybody is still doing that same thing, and what are we doing? Fulfilling that prophecy of telling them that the world is going to get destroyed again. This time with fire. So how much more should we be prepared now? Drop down to verse 25 in that.
Verse number 25, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Hey, we got to be willing to suffer with our people than enjoy the pleasures of this world.
Right.
Last night we was out on, what was that street called again?
Westford.
Westford. I'm like, it was a big Halloween bash. Everybody up there dressing up. They got devil horns on. They got short skirts on. Men dressing as women. Women dressing as men. All hell breaking loose. It was madness. But them people, they were enjoying this life, man. Give me 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. So, but we have to separate from these things, man. We have to be set apart. What's that? 1 Peter. Exactly. For doing that exact same thing.
For doing the same thing.
Yeah, because they were breaking what?
God's commandments.
The laws, brother. That's right. Bring that out.
It's the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 4. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life.
Give me Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. So no man that warreth can be mingled with the affairs of this life. These holidays are affairs of this life. Worrying about going to school. Hey, anything that's furthering this system, voting is a thing that the Lord told us not to do. Well, not that we can't do it, but if we're voting for somebody, it has to be of our own kindred. It has to be somebody that is promoting what we would call in modern day racism, which is being for your race. We would have to put somebody above us that wants to better our people.
Right.
Come on, bring that up.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
So we warn against principalities. We're not warned about the flesh. No Israelite should be worried about going down to one of those creepy buildings, filling out the paperwork, I'm talking to the, a recruiter? Is that what they call them people?
Yeah.
For the Army? Yeah. I'm going to the Army. I'm going to the Navy. I want to get on the ships. I'm going to the Air Force. I want to get in. I want to go see what flying the jets like. We're going to shoot missiles at each other. And we're not warned for these people. Yeah, talking about be all you can be in the Army. And then what do? They a gift destroyeth the heart, man. They start telling you, hey, you can go to school for free.
See that?
You can get your doctorates. And the only thing you got to do is come be here in the Army. Come sign up for the man's war. Hey, you remember, how old are you, brother?
25.
You may have seen that stuff growing up. Remember them signs that the dude with the red, blue, and white hat on with the finger pointing out to him, we want you.
Uncle Sam.
Yeah. That's what it was, Uncle Sam.
When I was a kid, my dad was like, don't you go join no white man.
Yeah. Hey, man, your dad remind me of, what's his name? Brother in Boys in the Hood. Trade that.
Yeah, trade that.
Yeah, serious, man. Yeah, don't sign up for no white man's war, man.
Join no white man's war.
Yeah, that's madness. Hey, you got Satan casting out Satan, and we in the middle of it. That's madness. We supposed to be sitting back with the popcorn, just enjoying the scene of what's going on, man. Yeah, keep going on that. We'll start from the top.
This is the book of Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12 from the top.
Start at 10 actually.
Verse 10, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord.
Say, be strong in the Lord, man. Give me Job 38:3. Hold on to that. Say, we have to be strong in the Lord. What does it look like being strong in the Lord? That means we go to the gym and get the boxing, and you putting the helmet and the face protection on, or you go in the gym and you put on the shoulder pads for football. You go run into the thing, try to see how much damage you can take to your body. Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 38 and verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man.
The Lord told us how to be strong. He said, gird up your loins like a man. And when you gird that, you can get in preparation, man. You got to think about when you ever play sports. You play football. Before the games, what happened? What's one of the first things they do when you get to a game outside of putting on your uniform? Yeah, the point that I'm making is you start to get hyped. You get prepared. You gotta get your mind ready. You can't go out on the football field talking about something. You're gonna get on the defensive line, but you're sitting there thinking, man, what am I gonna eat for dinner? Yeah. Or you thinking, man, I got all these bills I gotta pay. Hey, man, you're gonna get destroyed out there. You gotta be ready for the battle. Just playing that game. But we got a battle that's going on in our lives on a day-to-day basis, man. Bring it out.
It says, for I will demand of thee and answer thou me.
Hey, and the Lord, he said he demands it of us. Give me 1 Kings 2 and 2. Say, because everything that the Lord says in these scriptures, he says more than once. You still got that Ephesians? God. I'll pray some more time.
This is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 2. I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
Hey, and this was David talking to his son. He told him, hey, you gotta become a man in this thing, man. But you got a son, you can't train your son to follow the ways of the world. Because then what's going to happen? Hey, they going to end up a drug dealer, end up a rapper, dead or in jail.
Prison.
Yeah, these are things that was madness. Because because the elders, they aren't actually training up the next generation. They kind of, tell them some things and give them rap music, and give them these after-school activities. It's a thing going on now with men trying to teach their sons to do just the same thing they did. Because you didn't make it into the NBA, so now you just sit there and take your son to the gym while he's 5 years old, trying to teach him how to shoot from the top of the arch, man.
Oh, and actually, we can't live off our faith.
Yeah.
We have to move.
Yeah, that's going back into that James when we was reading that have the faith with the works. Keep going on that.
Verse 3, it says, verse 2.
No, for like it, you can drop that. Okay, go. Bring that up.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 10. Bring it out. Finally, my brother, be strong in the Lord.
Do what?
Be strong in the Lord.
So gird up your loins, man. You gotta put in this work. Gotta put your brick in. Give me Nehemiah 4 and 6.
And in the power of his might, put on the whole armor of God.
Do what?
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh.
You gotta put on the whole armor of God. You play Call of Duty?
I used to.
Yeah, Call of Duty ain't when you putting on the armor plates, man. Sitting there stacking them in. Yeah. You gotta put on the armor of God. And what is that armor of God? The word. The word. Because the first thing you gotta guard is your mind, and you gotta make a covenant with your eyes that you won't go lusting after the things of this world. You ever heard of the Apocrypha? Yeah, the Apocrypha has a book in there called Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus. And in there's a verse that I'm like, and in there is a verse that tells you about that, man. Damn, what was the point? It was just on the tip of my tongue. It's like, but keep going on.
that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
That you be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, man. Because of the devil, they trying to distract you. Everything in this world is meant to distract you. Keep going.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against what?
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
I said, we have a war that's against spirits in dark places, man. Because there's a lot of things in this world that's meant to take you out. Like you were saying that they give us pork, they give us shellfish. I'm like, all the celebrities, that's all the things that they talk about is things that are meant to actually destroy us. None of these things are meant to better our community.
No, and actually I ran into a lady, I was like, I ran into people, I'm like, why is everybody worried about what these celebrities are doing? You know, they don't care nothing about us. Nothing about it. So like, why do you care? It must be what they have, because they don't, because they don't care nothing about us.
Right. Yeah, I'm like, because even when it come to eating that shellfish and stuff, when you eat that shellfish, you can get hepatitis A, and that's something that could completely paralyze your body. I'm like, all these things are meant to actually destroy us, bro. But again, all this turns back into keeping the laws of God. You got something? Oh, God. We're going to get back to a couple of them laws right quick, because we kind of touched on the Sabbath day. We touched on the fringes. Give me that. Because you go to the barbershop or you cut your hair yourself? Both. Depending on just the day. Sometimes I cut it, sometimes I go farther. Okay. Well, did you know that there was even laws about how to go about doing that? No, I didn't. Yep. We're going to bring out one for you.
I used to have dreads, but my dad, I kept them growing. My dad joked, he's like, cut that carpet off.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou more the corners of thy beard.
So one of the laws is going to, we can't shave our head. I see your hair is pretty low. I don't know if you shaved it before or not.
Yeah, I shaved it all.
Yeah. I said, but the Lord is telling you that you shouldn't round the corners of your head, meaning that that's an ancient way of saying that we are supposed to shave our heads. You can cut your hair down pretty low, like the brother Gedaliah, for instance. He used a one guard, so he cut his hair just as low as he can. So there's nothing against that, but there is laws against shaving it. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard.
Neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard. That's going into destroying the line of your beard. Because, the celebrities, they teach us it's okay to do just a goatee or, the chin strap. Right. Or even just shave your face completely bald. Up here looking like Charles Barkley or Michael Jordan. You just ain't got nothing on your head or on your face. Hey, but the Lord tell us that we're supposed to have a beard on our face. And even talk about the scriptures talk about oil being on Aaron's beard dripping all the way down. So that means Aaron had a real long beard. And the beard is a badge of manly dignity. When you look at a lion, how can you tell the difference between a lion and a lioness?
Right.
So that mane. Yeah. So these are things that the Lord told us to do. Because even when you start pursuing a lot of these jobs, like how we talked about the military earlier, the police department, I know that there's a point in time where they used to make the men have to shave off their beard.
Right, yeah, because there's some jobs that require you to groom. But, I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but, there's some people that wear their beard and it's groomed, it looks nice, and there's some that you need to do something.
But the Lord never said that you can't clean it up. Yeah. I'm sure every brother out here, cut it a little bit, keep it clean. You don't want to, look like a mountain man or somebody from Duck Dynasty or something. Right. Yeah. I'm like, but you can cut it and keep it clean and nice. But he's saying, you groom it up, definitely oil it. But he's saying that he don't want you to mar it. He don't want you to destroy that line. So when your beard gets full, he wants you to leave it on your face and let it go. And some people got a lot of beard, man. Look at Nahum beard.
Right.
Nahum got a mighty beard, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get there.
Yeah.
You know, it's up to the Lord if it happens, you know, but
It looks like a Skyrim character.
See that?
you know, but yeah,
That
yeah.
was a compliment. That was a compliment.
All praise to the Most High, man. But yeah, that's all going back to keeping these commandments. Because I think that's actually the point that I was making in Iraq. Give me 17 and 11. Yeah, because these are all things that the Lord wants us to do. It may seem like it's just, you know, us up here talking to you, but hey, don't take this stuff from me. I'm nobody, man. Hey, the Lord can take me away today. You never see or hear from me again. So it's the words of the Lord that you want to hold on to, because these are the only things that's eternal. It's going to live forever. Go ahead.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 17 and verse 11. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
So this is actually our heritage. Because if I ask you about blacks or Hispanics, what would be our heritage? What's something that what we do when we say we doing it for the culture? What does that mean? What does that look like?
I think, kind of what you guys were saying earlier, a lot of our heritage has been stripped from us because of the white people, the barbarians.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Because that happened in this time period right here.
Yeah, same thing what they did with the Indians. They stripped a lot of our heritage. And, you know, cut our hair and rape our women and killed our kids.
Yep, and took our names. So now we got last names of so-called white men.
Yeah, a lot of these things we do is what white people do.
Yeah, exactly. Because we did what? We stepped away from our heritage.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere in the scriptures you hear about Moses, Jeremiah, Paul, Timothy, Peter, Christ. You don't hear of anybody in there talking about putting on a three-piece suit. Talking about some wearing a matching blazer and slacks. And they had ancient garments. They had royal apparel back in those days. Speaking of which, I don't even think the brothers got into what Christ looked like. Because you've probably seen this image before. Turn that around.
He's black. He's black. It even says so in the back of the Bible, in the Revelation.
See?
It says he has, it says he has curly hair and fiery red eyes.
Right, yeah.
That's
and skin of burnt brass.
Yeah, and that describes a lot of what black people are.
All praise to the Most High. Say, all praise to the Most High. Hey, it's a lot of people actually believe that this is Christ.
Yeah,
hey,
I knew that wasn't at a young age. Yeah.
I'm from St. Louis, man. We talked to I think he was like 10. Yeah, dude was holding a Jesus piece and was afraid we pulled the sign out of there and told him to step on it, and the brother started crying and walked away.
Wow.
Yeah, my dad actually told me that actually is a real picture of like a
real man,
a murderer or something. Yeah. Evil person.
What's Solomon 14, 15? We're going to touch on that in a second. Bring that precept you got.
This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 3 and verse 48. And the Lord, my bad, and laid open the book of the law.
So this was a point in time where the Israelites were in a mourning state. And they were actually in the middle of fasting when this happened. Right? He said they laid open the book of the law. Who do you think that they is in this context? You think that's other Israelites? No. Think that was the prophets?
It could be.
Some of the disciples?
Some of the Israelites did, so some of the black people what they taught us in school.
The rest of this verse is going to tell you who they are.
And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen.
Wherein the who?
Wherein the heathen.
Wherein the who?
Wherein the heathen has sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So who painted the likeness of this image? Because that obviously wouldn't look like Israelites
at all.
No.
Because I'm safe to assume that you know who the Israelites are now, right?
Yeah, black people.
Yeah, exactly. And Hispanics. And Native Americans.
Yeah, Native Americans. Yeah. Anyone of color.
I wouldn't say anybody, because you ever seen the East Indian?
No.
Some of them darker than you. Look like the back of that phone case. And like that, like the locked characters on the video game where you can't quite see their face just yet. Yeah, some Egyptians. Who else? Hawaiians. The Ethiopians. There's a lot of dark-skinned people, but not all skin folk are kin folk. But let's get into that right quick. He said, he said he painted the likeness of their images. So this was going into the Dark Ages, the Renaissance period. No, you good. Come on, bring that out.
This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 15.
It says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he hath made an image of his child, soon taken away, now honored him as a god, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
So just going into this verse, this was talking about the Pope 16 Alexander of Rome. Say his son, he was going through untimely mourning, so he had an image drawn. Read that one more time.
From the top, it says, for a father afflicted with untimely mourning.
So untimely mourning. His son kind of died when he wasn't really expecting.
Right.
And just a little backstory, his son actually died from AIDS. That's what your father was talking about when he was talking about, all the characteristics of this person. We'll keep going into it.
It says, when he hath made an image of his child soon taken away, now honored him as a god.
What is white Jesus?
Now honored him as a god.
And people bowed down to that image because they thought it was God. And when we came out there, devil. Because all that means is deceiver. Just going into other gods, into idolatry. And that's breaking the first 2 commandments out of the Big Ten. That have no gods before me. And that's what they end up doing. They honored him as a god because they assumed that was Christ. And that's what they came off the slave ships with, was that image right there. Told us that was God. So with that automatically puts us in the inferior state where we want to bow down to these other nations. Because if they came with an image showing that it was a dark-skinned, tall black man with a deep voice and an afro on his head, hey man, it kind of changed the game. Everybody would kind of get in line. They'd be like, damn, that's who we was bowing down to? Give me George 9:24 right quick. Let's finish that out.
It says, which was then a dead man, and delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices.
Ceremonies and sacrifices. Hey, that sounds like Christmas. Hey, everybody used to say growing up, they're like, oh, Christmas for the kids, it's doing it for the gifts, and they like the lights, and then all of a sudden, the backstory on that is actually going to a pagan god as well. It's going up to, Nimrod, and then Saturnalia. Yeah, Saturnalia, and it was all kind of idolatry into it. And then next thing you know, they say, oh, well, it's the birth of Christ. Well, the scriptures tell us that Christ was born in the spring. He wasn't born in the middle of dead winter.
Yeah, I was about to say, Christmas has nothing to do with Christ.
Nothing at all. Nothing. All praise to the Most High, man. Most people don't know this thing. It's nice to actually meet somebody that knows that much, man. All praise to the Most High. Bring that out.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9, and verse 24. Bring it out. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And who is running the earth right now?
The elites.
Yeah, the elites. And who are they? They look like us, brother.
No, they don't.
Do they look like Brother Will? They look like Kareem? Look like Nahum?
No, they don't.
Yeah, they people that look like this. Yeah, that's who the elites are that's running the world. And what do they do?
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
And he covered the faces of the judges thereof. He covered up our king, who the world so ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, whose Hebrew name is Yahushua. Can you say that? Yahushua. See, that kind of rolled off the tongue with the brother, man. And then the Most High's name would be Yahweh. Khan. So what's the Most High's name? Yahweh. Yahweh is a Yiddish way of saying it. That's what they call modern Hebrew. We go back to our ancient language would be the Paleo Hebrew. Right. Where is on this side. Turn that around for the moment. So we're just going into how they covered up everything. They covered up everything. Covered up our language, covered up our name. Everything going into that heritage that we was talking about in Sirach 17. So the Most High's name, so with our language, the Paleo Hebrew, it would read from right to left instead of left to right like how we do it now. So it would be Yah, Ha, Wah, Ha. And then the same way that you got letters, you know, that end up combining now. Like when you read spaghetti, you won't pronounce the H in it. Would kind of be that same concept when it comes to some of the Hebrew sounds. So how you would pronounce that would be Yahweh. And then Christ is Yahweh Shai. So again, those two would combine, you got Yahweh Shai.
It's like anime. You read anime books backwards.
Yeah, I'll bring some more time. You got a point? Okay.
I got a precinct.
Okay. Bring them out, bring them out.
I gotta go. Thank you guys.
Yeah, all praise to the Most High. So what's the Most High guy's name? Hey, you might have to take a picture of that sign, brother. You gotta go home and study that, man. Hey, you can't walk around with saying Yahweh. Yahweh.
That's great. Before you go, brother, what's your race?
All praise to the Most High, man. Did you get a flyer, brother? All right, you got it in your hand. All praise to the Most High. So make sure you tap in with that.
Okay.
Brothers got channels for St. Louis, for Little Rock, for Memphis, and we got brothers that's in Chicago, in Baltimore, in Texas. Hey, man, I'm like, man, but hey, you gotta tap in with the videos, man. Everything on YouTube is for free, just free knowledge. Ain't no collection plate. Brothers just out here with the censor milk, trying to get our people to repent. So, quick quiz right before you walk off. The brother, he got some shrimp cocktail in his bag, man. You want some?
Yes, please.
Oh, no.
No.
There you go. No. You said you don't want it now?
It was a trick question. All right, brothers, back on the line. We got to redo the last hour and a half.
No. That was a trick question. Give me another. That was a trick question. You don't want it, brother? No.
No shrimp cocktail, right?
No.
Why not?
Unclean.
It's unclean. All praise to the Most High.
All that.
All right, all praise to the Most High. All right, man. Say, all right, now, I just started my new business, and I'm gonna hire you as an employee, man. But to work for me, you gotta shave your beard, man. What you gonna do? Why wouldn't you do it? How you gonna not shave your beard? You work for me. You gotta listen. I'm your boss.
Because Christ said,
All praise to the Most High. Most High God say you're supposed to keep your beard.
Yeah, the Most High.
All right.
What's going on, black man?
Black man.
Black man.
Black man.
Black man.
What are you?
You a black man?
Are you Israelite, man?
What's an Israelite then? Come on, man. You an Israelite, brother. That's who we are by nationality. Black is a color out of a crayon box, and it's something that the people have put on us. We just read Job 9:24, how the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. They the ones that called us black. Because when the term black is always affiliated with darkness. If you've been blackmailed, is that a good thing? If you've been blackballed, is that a good thing?
Right.
Push to the side. And if you walking and you slip on black ice, you over with, man. A black cat cross your path. What they call that 7 years of bad luck.
Fade to black.
Hey. Black is always something bad. But what do they call white? Because white means pure.
Right.
If something's a white lie, is that something that the whole world is gonna get taught about? It's gonna get brought out on CNN and NBC, or is it a white lie? It's just something small, a white lie.
White collar crime.
Yeah, white collar crime. Yeah, it's madness. Tax evasion is a white collar crime.
I don't watch the news because I believe everything goes on the news.
It definitely is, brother.
Most of it is anyway.
Because what they call it TV is programming. Because they program in your mind, brother. Don't let them program you no more, man. No more watching, not say that you can't watch TV, not call that a sin, but watch how much you consuming of that TV, because it's called a television. They telling you a vision, brother. They giving you false information. Don't fall into that stuff. Like we was reading in that 2 Timothy, you guys, I don't even think we brought that out, man, but I'm going to bring that out. That's my closing precept. That's 2 Timothy 2:15. This is the last thing we gonna give you, brother. All praise to the Most High, man. It's been beautiful in KC, man.
Right. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 15. Study to show thyself approved.
What does the brother got to do?
Study to show thyself approved.
No, go home and watch TV.
Study to show thyself approved.
Keep breaking the Shabbat.
Study to show thyself approved.
Go to the Mormon church.
Study to show thyself approved.
Keep holidays.
Study to show thyself approved.
Yes, please on the shrimp cocktail.
Study to show thyself approved
You got to study to show yourself approved. Or are you doing this for us? Are you doing this for Brother Ozzy? Are you doing it for Brother Malachi? I think Yahweh wants you to study. Or what?
Unto God.
Unto who?
Unto God.
Unto us.
Unto God.
Unto WFI.
Unto God.
Unto God. You got to prove yourself to the Most High God, man.
Right.
And going back to that Job 38 and 3, man, you got to gird up your loins and show yourself a man, man.
A workman that needed not to be ashamed.
Hey, you got to be a workman that's not needed to be ashamed, man.
Right.
A workman that is proud of his job. When you look at somebody that is a professional in their job, they take pride in their work. I'm not saying that you should be prideful, but you're supposed to, you know, kind of stand on that, man.
Right.
You came through, you say you was an electrician, you came through and you wired up the whole building. Hey, you're supposed to have faith when you go in there and you flip that light switch, the building ain't gonna burn down.
Right.
And so that's the same thing with this word. When you study to show yourself approved, you're efficient with that thing, man.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be humble? Like, doesn't God?
Exactly.
God resist the proud, but gives grace to the humble.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You're not supposed to be proudful, but you're supposed to also stand on what you believe. You're supposed to, especially when you teach it, because the Lord said that a man that breaks the commandments and teach men to do so, they're gonna be destroyed. They're gonna be least in the kingdom, man. You don't want to be least in the kingdom. Who wants to be a janitor in captivity and then they get to the kingdom of heaven and they still a damn janitor, man? Nobody wants to do that. You want to be in rulership. You want to be over cities and over people and over families, man. But with that, man, we're gonna wrap up, giving our praises, glory, and honor to the Most High God Yahweh. Ba'ashima Mashiach Kwam Malak Yahushua. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala. Kwam Yashala.